What's up, everybody? This is Coach D. Darrell Spears on the D. Darrell Rebirth channel. Haven't been here in a long time. Happy to be here to do some content to speak my mind about some of the stuff that's been going on in these YouTube streets. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. D. Darrell was in New Orleans chilling at the Bayou Classic. Tomorrow is the SWAC championship. Shout out to my Southern Jags, my alma mater. We're going to try to take it to J-State. It's going to be a tall task, but I think we can get it done. Shout out to everybody from an HBCU. Coach D. Darrell is here today on the Rebirth channel. For everybody that is listening, please subscribe. Please subscribe to my Coach D. Darrell channel. It's lit. It's fire. Real dating coaching. It's under the radar right now. I just created this channel a little bit over a month ago. Please subscribe to Coach D. Darrell Spears channel. This is the avatar picture of the channel here that I'm showing. Trying to get the channel to grow a little bit because I want to talk more about productive, effective functioning in relationships. We're going to talk about today, guys. We're going to talk about, is red pill causing early deaths for black men? Now, as you all know, rest in peace to Alan Roger Curry. I also created a video that I'm going to upload, just a small video giving a shout out, giving my condolences, my respects to Alan Roger Curry. This is a brother that I've listened to and was introduced to him on YouTube through the one and only king of the Manosphere, O'Shea Duke Jackson, my little nephew that's right now chilling in East Africa or in Poland right now. Little nephew, what's up? Hadn't heard from a while. We're going to have to, from you from a while. I'm going to have to give you a little text message, see what's up with you, see what's been going on. I know you're doing it real big. Got that nice big ass studio that you got in Uganda or in Uganda or Kenya, whatever. Definitely doing some great content, top of the line editing. Shit, you're doing the damn thing. So we're going to talk about red pill ideology. Is it causing stress? Is it causing pain and, causing people to have strokes and ulcers and heart attacks and stress all over the place? We already know most of these guys have mental health issues, trauma that they have not gotten past, nor seeking the proper treatment. But I'm sorry, guys. We've had David Carroll die. We've had Kevin Samuel passed away. Now we're looking at Alan Roger Curry. And I know some of you are going to say, well, Alan wasn't necessarily really red pill, but he was in the space. Okay? He was in a red pill space. And what could be more red pill than a Negro going up to a woman saying, I want to fuck you, and I don't give a damn what you think about it. Now, guys, if you listen to my channel, you are going to realize that on the Coach D. Darrell Spears channel, we don't teach that type of behavior. We're focusing more on individualized development, in which you are presenting yourself in the best manner. So when you enter into the dating environment, you're giving your best, therefore you can attract the best. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that has subscribed to D. Darrell, the Rebirth channel. But please subscribe to Coach D. Darrell Spears. I'm trying to get this channel up and running. It's been slow, steady. Last few weeks, I have been tied up with tons of things going on in business. Got other things that I got going on. So I'm trying to do at least 5 videos a week. I got about 30 plus videos in 2 months, which is not a lot. With a month and a half, which is not a whole lot. Hope to increase that. I will be going live the 1st of 2023. December will be the last month that I'm going to strictly do uploads, and starting next week I will be doing Mondays for men's and Wednesdays for women, and Friday or Saturday is going to be talking about marriage, dating, or whatever else I want to talk about in regards to relationships and marriage and being engaged or having a situationship, friendship, friends with benefits, talking about dating women, dating a red pill guy, or men who are dating a male identified female, for whatever the fuck that may be. That sounds dumb as hell, but there are women in here that sound like something that the LGBT or transsexuals may use per se, but that's the reality of where we at. Again, shout out to everybody in the space, people that I fuck with in the Manosphere, people that I fuck with in the Womansphere and Black YouTube. Shout out to the Umar Johnson sector. Shout out to the dating coach sector. I don't really fuck with nobody over there, man. It's things that people are saying, and I'm gonna let you all know, man. I have been watching lately quite a few guys that are in the dating coach arena, and I'm not watching it for content. I'm more or less watching it for the people who are in the chat. What are they looking for? The people who call in and call-in shows. I'm watching how the content creators present themselves, because to be honest with you, a lot of the rhetoric is BS. I'm just gonna be honest. Mr. Licorio saying a lot of BS. Fucking Steve the Dean selling a goddamn program every goddamn day about the man mindset. People like that, Steph is cold talking some crazy red pill shit. Steph is real, I think, whatever. There's another Steph is whatever the hell. He's a panderer. David, what's the guy name? Always talking in his car and shit. He talking, he talking a whole bunch of pandering to women. I'm just saying, man, it's a lot of pandering, man. And I'm not about the pandering. I'm about showing people effective ways to function, to have themselves together, both physically, mentally, improving themselves holistically, so that when people see you, you see the best version of who you are, but it's also a genuine version of who you are. I don't want people using game, because game is nothing but lying and misleading, embellishing. Be yourself. That's the reason why when people meet you and they find out the truth, they pissed off 3, 4, 5 months later, because they find out the person that they thought they were dating ain't worth shit 3, 4, 5 months down the line. Now, when we're talking about Alan Roger Curry just recently passed away yesterday. Brother, he basically left behind a wife that he just recently married about maybe a year or two, maybe 2 years ago. And he has a child. But let's be honest, man. This guy got married because he lived a confirmed bachelor lifestyle. He was married in his 50s to a woman who was in her 20s, late 20s, early 30s. You see, I want this to be a lesson, because when you marry that late, and I understand being that old, let's just say he would have lived longer, man. I mean, 50 years plus old is old for anybody to have children, even a man. And when we talk about red pill ideology, we're talking about people who most don't have children, or they've never been married. Now, there's a lot of black men who are not married, but most black men have children. And I'm not saying it's okay to have children out of wedlock, because it's not. But the fact of the matter is that the lack of having children comes actually stems from a lack of access towards women. And it's not because the women are bad women, it's because they don't find value in you. Because when you carry this type of ideology and mindset, the way it presents to people is that you don't respect women, you're misogynistic, you feel entitled, you're overbearing. You're just damn right crazy, because a lot of these niggas are crazy. A lot of these niggas want to enslave women and think that women are supposed to automatically give you a certain level of respect without you earning it. I don't know what culture you think you're living in, but when you Negroes like the Passport Brothers go to these countries and these women are acting this way, it's because they are taught to act this way. Not only that, but these women don't just seamlessly give away their femininity to men that ain't worth shit. They know you American. Therefore, they automatically do that. But if you see these women in their normal environment, in normal circumstances, dealing with the average men in their country, I guarantee you they're not functioning as they are with you. Now, I'm not saying they still not good women. I'm not saying that they still are not extra, ultra feminine and all sweet and you know, fun to be around and accommodating, you know. But there's a difference. They know you got American dollars. Quit being blindsided. You see, the heart of every red pill idealist is simping. Every 90% of most people who conform to red pill did so because they fell victim of trying to simp to get women. See, this is the untold story. If y'all listen to O'Shea back in his classics in 15, 16, he talked about tricking. He talked about simping. He actually created a video called How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours. Shit. You niggas, man, this shit is so funny, man. Because when I first entered into this space, man, I thought the shit was just entertainment. And there were people talking about real shit, particularly when it came to child support, when it dealt with child custody, child support, getting, basically a bad deal in a divorce, not seeing your children. Some of these guys did unfortunately get set up, or they, got the police called on them unfairly. I mean, there were some legitimate issues. But then come 2017, 18, shit just got out of hand. And you start having these faceless Negroes popping up everywhere talking crazy shit. And it just went wild. The shit just went crazy. And at the time, I was listening. Yeah, I was on O'Shea all the time. I went to certain other people's channels and shit. I got on the panels. I was on the Rumble. Yeah, I did all that shit. And then I was doing content too that was more red pill orientated. Was going back and forth with SYSBM and other people talking crazy shit. Certain little cliques and so forth. And most of those cliques were people who valued going to foreign countries. Matter of fact, there was a Hispanic guy, these Negroes, that's another thing, these Negroes love non-black people who have the same sentiments towards black women as they. So you had a guy named Grande or something, whatever his name was, he was from Cali. He was a Hispanic guy from California, or Rico Grande or something, whatever the hell his name was. But this guy here, this guy was married to a black woman in California. She took everything from his ass. This Negro prided himself in going to California and I mean not California, but Colombia, messing with low grade women, did videos, and those Negroes that were big with Fantastic and they loved this Negro. They game changer. They loved this Negro, man. Negro was the wackest motherfucker you ever find. Me and him had an ongoing beef that was crazy. He was wild, man. He got mad because I talked about the women, because the women wouldn't work shit. That's Then he had this motherfucker was wearing raggedy, dingy looking cutoff jeans and shit. Fucking pictures was hanging off the wall and shit. Fucking about to fall and shit. And women on this raggedy ass looking couch. Then they were all talking about this and that. This shit was wild. But man, does the red pill take a toll on you physically? Does the red pill take a toll on you psychologically? How are you dealing with the fact that the red pill don't change your outcomes? You're basically putting up fences to prevent yourself from getting hurt. But you're not creating healthy relationships. You're just being hyper vigilant in your vetting. And you want to assure that you don't get taken advantage of. Well, shielding yourself from women and being hypercritical and trying to be hard and you're taking on red pill talking points, that won't prevent that. How you prevent that and gain more success is that you change the way you operate with women from a perspective of being more likable, from the perspective of being more respectful, actually more value, because a lot of you niggas do make less than $40,000. Some of you still live with your parents and you don't wash your ass. Your appearance is fucked up. Like Lil Big Nate, like his prime example, man. He's actually a successful guy, allegedly, but his appearance is horrific. I mean, imagine a woman. I couldn't see a woman telling me, "Yeah, I fucked Big." Who wants to admit they fucked Little Big Nate? I mean, stop. No. Let's just be honest. And obviously, red pill ideology is taking a toll on Little Big Nate. You can see it. Red pill ideology, the shit is taking a toll on some of these guys. When you saw the guys that went to that Manosphere meetup, these guys look tired, they look drained, they look pitiful. Many of them look mad and angry. They look sad. They look like, black woman, can you please give me some pussy without me putting no effort? That's the kind of shit that these Negroes want. And the sad fact of the matter, some of these guys, these are not young guys. These were 35, 45, and even 50-year-old men who are mad at black women. And your anger, your red pill rage, is putting you in a early grave. An early fucking grave. Now, just want to let everybody know, this is a pre-recorded video. I'm not going live on this channel till probably maybe Saturday and Sunday this weekend. I may go live 2 days in a row. Shout out to my boy Joshua. I hadn't heard from him a long time. He's also an advocate of going to Colombia or Brazil. And you niggas are funny in this passport shit, because that's all I've been hearing. It's a constant montage of passport brothers. You're seeing that ugly ass white girl, pearly white, whatever, passport this, and you're seeing Danica talking about the passport. Like, Danica need to stop. Danica, it's funny, man. Just background, man, because the Danica just need to stop. Her and Kendra G, y'all just need to stop. Y'all niggas need to stop. Just really, like, I'm listening to these women because I never was a big fan of Kendra G because that's Kendra G is just, I mean Kendra D is just pandering shit. Uh, but Danica, I remember when Danica is consistent with her content, and she tries to have this homegirl down the block that's real type of presentation. And I remember watching Danica when she had 30,000 subscribers. That's when I first began watching her. She had about 30K subscribers. Now she got 100,000 plus. And the Manosphere is partly responsible for that. When Obsidian, I know she was doing well before Obsidian. When he basically presented her, they liked the way she looked. Yeah, she cute. She cute and shit. But they was really, really feeling her, man. And she took off. And she changed, she upgraded her cameras, mics, and all that shit. She got rid of she covered the crown up, even though she calling you crown head. That to me, they ain't make no sense. I'm like, you should have never tattooed that bullshit on your chest. But okay. I mean, I know you're a married woman. Kudos to you. If your man ain't complaining, no big deal. But the shit do look tacky. But you covered up the actual shit that was actually tied to your brand. I don't know. But that's just me just looking. So she tattooed that shit on her, and then people still watch her. They love her, man. They donate. She's making her money. I support her on that shit. I still watch it from time to time. Because I really feel when I listen to Danica, she's really not pandering. She just knows her audience, and I really do. She comes across as a person that really feels this fucking way. Like, she has probably been friends with a lot of black women who've done dumb shit, and she's been married for a second, and she's seen the women who have not been married and the shit that they go through, and she made a decision not to go the route that many of her contemporaries or her peers engage in. And I get that, but Kendra G, I'm sorry, I keep on saying Kendra G. That's a story for another day. But Kendra D, man, come on, saying some shit. Black women are the reason black men go. Shit like that, man. Black women supported the KKK and shit. I'm like, stop, man. Stop. Just stop it. But she won't talk about the bullshit that go on in the NOI or the Muslim community with black, because it's a lot of bullshit that goes on in the black Muslim community. She won't touch that shit. She'll talk about all you other Negroes, but she won't touch it that go on in that particular sector of Black America. She won't talk about that shit. Nah, she won't. She won't do that. Not one iota. But as we continue to talk about, we're talking about people like KS, ARC, David Carroll. I mean, I was definitely not happy with people who were celebrating Kevin Samuels. I believe in giving people look. When David Carroll passed away, I was kind of like, I hope the brother rest in peace. My sympathy goes to the family. I don't know this brother and what he was like in real life. I do know he lived a very destitute life, a very uneventful life, and he was a failure. I mean, I didn't want to point out at that time. I gave my respect, but David Carroll was a typical red pillar who lived a less than successful life, who just seemed to want to throw out his frustrations to the world because you're 50 plus on a fixed income and you can't afford to take care of yourself and you're living with your family. And no woman wants that. No, and see, this is a testament to the fallacy of men black men automatically increase their value over time and black women don't. See, that shit does not apply to everybody. Now, I'm going to say typically, the value of most men can go up, doesn't necessarily guarantee that it will go up. It will not increase. Potential. And the fact of the matter, if you want to look at it strictly from a physical standpoint, of course, that's what's with everybody, female or male. The older you get, your physical attractiveness goes down. Now, some are able to maintain it a lot longer than others, and some take care of themselves where they still are manageable, manage to be attractive to others and look good for their age. That's great. But the attractiveness of women and their value is not just strictly tied up in how they look. There are a lot of useless, beautiful women in this world. There are a lot of unuseful, unhinged, crazy, unskilled, illiterate, toxic women in the world. And they're beautiful. They look great. But they ain't worth a damn. They have no domesticated skills, barely can read and write. Can't even have, and see, that's another thing. Just because these women look good, some of these women are horrible in bed. They trash. But you thinking, oh, she look good, that those things are automatically that. No, they're not. And for the men. Because I like to go both sides of the coin. Some of you Negroes that's in your 50s probably was doing better when you were in your 30s. That it does not guarantee the older you get, the more valuable. No, the older you get, if you did the right things, your value will go up. But that's not an automatic status. It's not automatic. That's a gradual status that is subject to how well you applied yourself in previous years. Now, for myself, I make way more money than I made when I have way more value to myself from the time I was 25 to 45. But you know what? That I didn't really start reaping the benefits of what I put work in as far as education and career till my early 30s, really like 31. And I finished with a master's degree before I was even 25. It took me an extra, because I moved and did stuff. I started my own business at it's like it's 2000, it's 31. Yeah, I started my own business at 31. It took a couple years for me to really see the benefits of that. Even though I was still making, I didn't really start making good money until I was about 28, 29. But my first few years out of grad school, and upon getting my license, I didn't make that much money. But I put in the work. I laid the foundation that I have people working for me. I can basically sit my ass at home anytime I want and work from home or do nothing. And the money is in the account. But see, that has to be work. There has to be planning that goes into that. So we need to redefine that Manosphere talking point, because successful men value goes up over time, not unsuccessful men. And women in general, value does not go down as they get older, unless they basically shitted away their youth and did nothing to improve themselves. That's not automatic. And it's not just limited to how beautiful you look. There are a lot of unuseful, beautiful, gorgeous, fine-ass women in their 30s and 40s that ain't worth a goddamn. And all they looking for is to take the money you have. They bring no value to you. They're not willing to help you. They're not willing to support you. They're not willing to uh, do anything to make you happy. Hell, some of them ain't even willing to sexually take care of you the way they supposed to. But look at me, I look good. I'm the trophy on your on your shoulder. Look at me. And a lot of you red pill Negroes fall subject to women just like that. You fall victim to women just like that. But then you'll skip over the cute 6 or 7 who gonna help you create your business, who gonna put in an extra 10, 15 hours a week to do the leg work when you can't do it in time, who also willing to make sure you got a meal when you come home and the place cleaned up and everything is tidy and so you ain't got to worry about a goddamn thing. As soon as you get up, you got the coffee made and shit. You look past all that shit. Oh, because she ain't got the biggest ass, she ain't got the nice juicy ass lips, she can't fuck like the porn star and shit. You know, you overlook all of that for the one who can't do shit for you, but present herself as a liability. And then you get mad at the end of the day when that person takes the resources that they wanted all along because she had no intentions of building to so that you could obtain and have better or more resources in your life. You see, you can read as much research as you Negroes don't understand to validate your topics, validate your opinions. You can look up the shit from the CDC that you don't understand. You can look up the shit from blackdemographics.com that you definitely don't understand. And that's basically obsolete. That is obsolete information. Pew Research is a joke. And when I presented shit, niggas like, well, we ain't like you. We ain't got access to all of this. But damn, you the one claiming you more of an intellectual than I am. You the one claiming that you are more educated and know you. A lot of the things you talk about are things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. And you want to ignore the fact that clinical experience that I have, educational experience, the actual fact that I've actually indulged and created research myself several times and help professors gather their data collection for research. But you're going to basically ignore that shit. But if I don't have research from this person and that person, and you don't know what, I'm like, that's why I don't be in certain spaces anymore. Red pill ideology is crazy. So I'm just listening, man. Like these guys basically have turned out to have died early deaths for a variety of reasons. And it, to me, this is not me demonizing anybody, because I actually really liked ARC. And Kevin Samuels, he was all right. Because I look at him for what he was before he became quote unquote YouTube famous. So I look at him in a different light. And I'm gonna say David Carroll was just a fucking idiot that ran in his fucking mouth in that goddamn barbershop there with the fucking clock ticking and shit. And then he calling black people, he was self-hating, calling people monkeys and shit. And I'm like, man, it's a reason why you're doing what you're doing, because you have no voice in life. That's why you went as hard as you did, because no one really gave a fuck about what you thought about in real life, and you were not of value to anyone. You were actually a fucking burden. And let's be honest, guys, Kevin Samuel failed for 49 years of his life. In the last 3 years, he probably made some money. So that's just wraps that shit up. And he actually failed at the topics that he talked about. And not only that, he was fucking women that didn't look like the women who he claimed he was catering to. Make that shit make sense. And you got motherfuckers like mediocre tutorials and all this. This is another one. I'm concerned about mediocre tutorials and reviews because he had health issues. See, man, we gotta understand, guys, that stress, mental strain takes a physical form. It takes us, the psychological effect over time causes health issues. And there have been people who've been in this space who have talked about Black men practicing better health issues. Man, look, go to the doctor, get a checkup, go to the doctor, get health screenings, all of those things that you may need to check up on yourself, make sure you're good. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of going to the doctor, but I go to the doctor far more. I've been to the doctor, particularly since I'm in my mid-30s. I have definitely been to the doctor way more than when I was in my 20s. I was just healthy. I just felt like I'm sick. I ain't sick. I'm good. And then, I started going to the doctor. I had a health scare in 2012, actually 10 years ago. I was 34, 35 years old. And from that experience, it forced me to have to focus more on my health and taking care of myself and getting checked out, going to the doctor. Yes, that's just a fact. And I'm okay with that. And I don't want to see brothers. I don't give a damn about your ideology. I want to see Black men win. I want to see Black men prosper. I want to see Black men live to their 70s and 80s, not dying in their 50s. That's a sign of deterioration of our population if we don't have men to reproduce. But we got to think about this, man. What is the effect of this red pill shit? Because it's causing people to commit crimes. Got motherfuckers committing crimes and killing people and shit that we have recorded. Got people going to jail. They got mass shootings and shit. Some of these guys are affiliated with red pill communities. And then you got people dying early. This is the shit. This is the outcome of this shit. This shit is not healthy. I don't give a damn. So guys, I want y'all to check out my channel, Coach D. Darrell Spears. Please subscribe. I would like to get over 100 subscribers before this year is over with. I'm close to 50 right now. Please subscribe to the channel. Check it. It's dope. It's cool. Your situation, your relationship, your marriage, it is applicable. So appreciate you for showing up. This is Coach D. Darrell Spears on my D. Darrell the Rebirth channel. Have a great day. Peace.